Shawn Wood here, lead pastor of a new church plant in Moncks Corner, South Carolina called Freedom Church. And it's great to have you guys on Planning Christmas 2011. So thankful to my friend Tim Schrader for continuing this year and giving us the third year of just a great resource for church planners and worship leaders and pastors. It's just a great time. And so I'm excited to be a part of it again as we are indeed planning Christmas. In fact, we've been planning Christmas for a while now, and I hope you have too. In fact, today as I get ready to shoot this video, I am right now in mid-November planning some message series that are in May and June and even into July. So I would just encourage you that. I guess that's my first thing to say here is just encourage you as pastors to plan ahead. It helps your worship leaders, it helps your creative teams, and just get ahead as much as you can within who you are. You may not get a transcript ready to the week of, but get a calendar ahead of where you're going. And in that, you're going to stumble across every year it comes up about December, Christmas. And so that's where we are coming into the Christmas season. And so at Freedom Church, here's two things that we really want to make sure we do during Christmas. And I'll hit those two things, and then my worship pastor, Robbie Foreman, is going to talk a little bit about how we're making that happen as far as environmentally and as far as worship. And so the first thing is this. Make sure that through all the creative process, through all of the unique things that you'll do as a church, the unbelievable things you'll do as a church, that the gospel is not lost. A baby was born. His name was Jesus. And the reason he was born is so he could walk through life, live a sinless life, die a sinless, innocent man, be on a cross, and then rise from the dead for us to give us grace. And make sure that that is presented at your Christmas services. I know for me, sometimes I get caught up in the nostalgia and the hot chocolate and just the good part of Christmas that we all love, and we forget that the only reason a birth happened is so that a death could happen, and so that death was to cover our sins. So one is the gospel. Make sure the gospel is the premier message of your Christmas series or your Christmas Eve services, whichever one it may be that you're planning. And then the second thing is, I think that one of the mistakes I see that I will make is that I'll be online looking at all the different things that all the churches have done and resources like this, which are unbelievable to stoke our creativity, to even borrow from one another on the same team here at the Kingdom. I love that. But make sure you know who your community is. Make sure you know the hurts, the needs, the desires, the wants of your community and your people. Make sure you know where they need to go and be sensitive to that. And oftentimes I think that we can try to kind of wear Saul's armor, if you will, in putting on the creativity of other churches. Not that we don't borrow from that, but that we try to wear what they've come up with for Christmas Eve in our communities, and it may just not fit. We're in a rural town. It's a town of about 8,000 people, and that town is the town I grew up in. And we are a town that loves one another, that loves a community, that takes care of one another. Many people far from God. A lot of people far from God, but in the deep recesses of their heart, they love their small town. And so we've got to keep that in mind as we plan all of our series, but especially too as we plan Christmas. And so Robbie's going to talk about that a little bit, one of our main inspirations and a field trip that we recommend. So Robbie, why don't I give that over to you? But remember, the gospel and then who are you? Put those things together, your community and the gospel, put them together, and Jesus will begin to change lives. So Robbie now is going to tell you about a field trip you need to take and how we have found who we are and going to present that along with the gospel at Christmas. So Robbie, I'll just hand it over to you now.
What we're trying to do here is, we value family as a church at Freedom. And we strongly believe that family is the best way for discipleship. It's the best avenue of discipleship. And what a beautiful picture of moms and dads sitting on a couch, having Bible study, talking about issues with their kids and their kids being honest and open and transparent. What a beautiful picture of the gospel. And so we want to tap into those elements of family and community and even evangelism. Again, people are coming for the first time. They probably haven't been in a church all year. Right? So our biggest inspiration for Christmas, no surprise here that a church would say this, but Cracker Barrel has been the inspiration for this Christmas. They know how to do family style eating. You walk into their gift store during Christmas, the smells, the lights, the sound. It just feels like you walk in to a living room on Christmas morning. You walk in to Cracker Barrel's lobby where all the gift stuff is, and the first thing that you'll notice is just the excitement that people have, or the excitement that comes over you. Like my mother-in-law goes crazy when she walks into Cracker Barrel, not just during Christmas time, but any time, but especially during Christmas time with all the Christmas things. So we really want our services of people walking in to a Cracker Barrel type experience of community and family and just we're celebrating, we're excited. So we want to use the sights and sounds of Christmas in our services and even in our lobby areas to our parking lot. So we want Christmas from the time that a person drives into our parking lot at Freedom Church. We want them to begin the celebration of Christmas and begin getting in the spirit. So my thing for you as you guys begin planning Christmas, and we're still new to this church plant thing, trying to figure out, okay, how do we bring in using a facility that doesn't belong to us that we're renting? So how do we run around those obstacles, and then how do we go big? And what we've learned that you have people in your church that if you would just empower them, planning Christmas would be incredible because you can get some great insight from them. Go out to Walmart, look at things, look at the trends for Christmas season. Go to Cracker Barrel and just walk in. It might be a thing for you to take your staff, Pastor. You can take your staff out to Cracker Barrel today and do some creative research. Trying to get my pastor on that one. Do some creative research as you go into Cracker Barrel. Just look around you and see at the season and what's attracting people and what can you use as creative elements in your service to help present the gospel in a clear way. So that's how we do it at Freedom Church. We're praying all over for all of our churches that God would do some unbelievable things over Christmas Eve, and that when our people walk through the doors of the church on Christmas Eve or during the Christmas season, that it would be a living room experience, that they walk in expecting to open a gift that will blow them away. And we hope that when they open that gift that they find Jesus. There's nothing better that I'd like to do than wake up on Christmas morning going, man, we had people give their lives to Christ last night because they walked in with that expectant attitude. So that's how we do it. We hope you and your church have a great Christmas, and thanks for watching.